going on, Student to Lifers? Listen, you know it's summer and it's extremely hot outside, and we have the perfect thing for you.
It's the Nebula 9 vodka cocktail drink made by all natural products. They got 4 amazing flavors, and guess what? The best thing about this drink, no matter how much you drink, you get no hangovers. All right? So you can find them in stores anywhere or at nebula9vodka.com. Y'all not getting none of mine. Welcome back to another episode of the Student to Life podcast, where learning and unlearning has no limits. I am your host, Stretch, with my co-host,
Shan.
Yeah, here we go again. So, today's episode is a special episode. As you can see, we're somewhere totally different from where we usually are. Today, we're here at Cooyah Studios, and we're here with Homer, the owner and operator of Cooyah Clothing. Homer, what's going on?
No, bless. You know, Cooyah. Since 1987.
Wow.
We are the reggae brand. We do culture and Rastafari and clothing.
Okay, we're going to get into all of that. Everything you just talked about, we're going to break it down from all the way down. So before we get into Cooyah, right, we want to know about Homer the person, right? So usually before we get started on all the questions and get into everything, we always ask our guests, and everybody has a different answer to this question. When you heard the name Student to Life, right, what was the first meaning that came to mind?
Well, for me, is I was thinking that you're studying life, right, trying to understand the meaning of life, and just roll through and tell people, hey, this is what we learn as we get older.
Yeah, see, I told you,
I like that.
Always have a different answer. Everybody has a different.
And you know, Mr. Homer, he has this, it's like I just want to talk to him for hours because it looks like he just has a history of greatness. And you know when you just sit down with your grandkids and just tell them everything? Yeah.
I always tell people that I like talking to like older people.
Yes.
And they give me the history about everything. I'll sit down and listen to them for hours.
That wisdom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, we want to know about Homer the person, right? Where were you born, raised, high school, when you migrated here, all of that stuff?
I basically was born in Raytown, in Kingston. Mm-hmm. Went up to Uptown, as I'm called in Jamaica, you know, I'm an uptown kid.
Yeah.
But I was an uptown kid that went to the downtown school. I told my father I wasn't going Campion, I going Kingston College.
Right?
And that's where them send me, Kingston College.
I heard you guys are a cult over there at Kingston College. Like, you know when you have frat brothers, that's how our Kingston College is.
Nice.
Well, yeah, fought is kada, none protest. Brave may fall, but never yield.
Right.
We don't yield. We just got through strong, always strength.
Right.
And that's been the whole thing behind me. And at a young age now, after school in Jamaica, I decided to be an artist. And then I realized I need more. So I decided, well, you know, only way I'm going to get more is to go to United States. First, they sent me to Canada. Canada was too cold. I was freezing. Mm-hmm. So I tell my dad and mom, hey, can't take this place. Toronto, too cold. Right. So then bring me back to Jamaica. And then my aunt tell me send them to New York. So New York was where I started out. At the early age of 17, went to art school. Went to Pan American School of Art first. Then I eventually got into School of Visual Arts, right. SVA, Champion School, right. You know. And did some stuff at Pratt University. Mm-hmm.
So when you say artists, right? What do you mean, like singing artists or
sketching artists?
Graphic artists?
No, artists painting.
Okay, because you said you started in Jamaica, right. You wanted to be an artist.
An artist, yeah. Right. But the term artist come from the Rembrandt and the Picasso.
Yeah.
They're artists, you know.
That is original.
And that's it, you know. That's where it starts from.
Where did that inspiration come from in art? Where you said, "Oh my God, I love this thing and I want to actually pursue it." When was that first aha moment for you?
It's basically as a teacher in Jamaica. He was an Italian, Dana Bashan, and I started taking class with him on Saturdays up by Oak Gardens, Papine, And I started painting, and then the love of art come. I was always influenced by colors, nature, everything. And then I decided, well, boy, this is what I really want to do. Go to New York, become an artist, and just work at it. And New York was the way for me to go because you get to meet. I was always into sci-fi, Marvel comics, drawing like that. And I said, hey, you know, tell my mom and dad, man, New York is where I'm going to go learn this thing.
Right. So
And the culture of the streets.
I know I like it
New
because you
York.
like Marvel, DC. Yeah, we don't talk to DC people. Marvel.
Marvel, they're talking about like the characters
See,
and
you
stuff.
know, really?
You're talking about like Marvel characters, right?
Crazy.
Like the Marvel, like the superheroes.
There, you have Marvel and,
And it,
DC.
okay, yeah,
So
and DC's like Batman. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Like I know this stuff. Okay, okay.
Okay. So, the Rastafarian faith, you grew up in it, or you found that later in life?
Found that later, but I was always the different person in school. I was the one that would sit back and look at everything and try to figure things out, you know? And just that alone changed me. And meeting artists like Bob Marley, listening
God, I
to
was
their
gonna ask
music,
you
grew
guys.
up on that. Peter Tosh later on in New York, when I met Peter Tosh in the 1980s, changed my world. And Peter Tosh was part of the whole creation of Cooyah.
Okay.
Because of course I was working for all these companies like Nike, doing jobs for them. And Peter Tosh was talking about, hey, you know, we need somebody to do some great Caribbean cultural work, Rastafari, I think. And after meeting him, just that meeting in 1987, just really focused on me starting the brand Cooyah. As a kid growing up in Jamaica, the country people them used to call me Cooyah because I'm so too inquisitive. You know, I'm always looking. So being inquisitive now, them call me Cooyah.
Right, you get the name.
So, you know, meet some people in Jamaica and I say, tell them, hey, I have the name for the greatest company in the world, Cooyah.
I want to trickle back a little bit because for some reason I just knew you met Bob Marley, and I didn't even ask you before, but for some reason your aura just knows that you was just, you know, around in that time, around those people. But how was that encounter back then? Do you
I want to know
remember?
what people talk.
That encounter is great, man. You always realize you're in the room with somebody of greatness.
Yeah.
And I guess he knew it. I always tell him, the hand of God touch him. Powerful, you can see him. I remember even when we went to New York and Madison Square Garden and we did that show with Lionel Richie. It was just magic.
Nice.
When Bob came out and sing, just pure magic. After the first 10 minutes, the people then figured the show done. Them didn't even remember Lionel was coming on next.
I heard about that. I heard they weren't happy about that.
Magic,
Oh,
man.
wow.
He stole the show because he was the opener.
Right.
Oh.
You can imagine that? 10
Right.
minutes?
So what about Tosh though? Because the stories we hear about Tosh, that he was just like a stern, no nonsense person.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was that. But at the same time, to me, Tosh was one of the funniest person I meet. Always talking about the music. And just like Tosh said to me in 1987, he said, boy, listen to this tune. Don't this sound like a Grammy? And I said, yeah, do. And look there. Most people don't remember. 1987, Peter Tosh won a Grammy.
I didn't even
We
know
don't
that.
want no more nuclear war.
I didn't know that.
With nuclear war, we won't get far.
Oh, I know that.
And that's part of the inspiration for me, Peter Tosh. You know, and we always have to resist equal rights and justice. Like him said to me, we don't want peace. Peace is when we're dead, but plenty peace. Want equal rights and justice.
So you didn't really feel that that resistance that Rasta had in Jamaica at the time because you lived in New York. Like the pushback, like they were calling Rastaman Black Art and the whole massacre that happened in Kingston. You never really feel the effects of that because you lived overseas, or did you still feel that effect?
You still feel that effect because I was always coming home every summer. So you feel that. You remember people with Bob Marley, if you wear dreadlocks, everybody see as negative Rastaman, and them didn't understand the liberty. And I keep telling them, Rasta is not a religion, it's a liberty. You know, and the food and the kindness, it comes from you. My grandma is the one who teach me a lot, and then I learned the rest from my mom. My mom just was just a great person. Just like today, I was thinking it's like 10 years since my mom left here, but like I said to her, hey, you raise a great youth, or man.
confident.
Yeah, man, I feel good about the whole thing, man. So it's just positivity now.
What year did Selassie come to Jamaica again?
It's a 66.
You wasn't born in time.
Yeah, man, I was a youth. Selassie passed me on Windward Road at that time.
Yeah.
I was a young youth, and I remember standing on Windward Road and I see this car pass, and you see all the Rastaman them in them white and red, gold and green, you know?
Right.
And you ask your mom and grandma what's that about, and they explain it to you. Because my grandma was a bushwoman from country,
Right.
St. Mary, so that's it.
Right. So because listen up, people. The Art of Reggae Music Festival and Positive Vibes Entertainment brings you Cultural Reggae Fest on Saturday, August 3rd in Lisbon, Maine. We got live performances by Turbulence and Warrior King, along with a long list of artists. So people, if you want to take a good vacation to Vacation Line in Maine, follow us to Maine Saturday, August 3rd for Culture Reggae Fest. All right? You can go to culturereggaefest.com to grab your pre-sold tickets right now before they go up more, because we got another tier to go. So go get your tickets right now for Culture Reggae Fest in Lisbon, Maine, Saturday, August 3rd. Back in those days, Rasta was like basically just getting started when Selassie came to Jamaica. It kind of cement everything with the Rastafarian faith, but still it wasn't accepted.
No,
by
the uptown and the powers that be didn't accept that.
right.
But like Bob said, none of us can stop the time.
Right.
So everything will just keep on rolling.
When do you think that the Rastafarian culture started to be more accepted?
Well, with the explosion of Bob Marley.
That's
Because you have to say, Bob opened a door for us by going traveling the world and just his music, just a positivity.
Right.
And I remember being at the concert, that peace concert.
Yeah.
It was scary. I only lived 5 minutes from the peace concert,
Ooh.
but was there to witness it.
That was with the politicians.
Politician. Yeah, you saw greatness in the room.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just pure love. People wanted to feel that energy. And you could feel that energy, you know, of love.
What did you think the movie did him justice? You think the movie depict exactly who he was?
A little bit. You know, there's so much to this man that one movie can't tell the whole story.
Right.
You need many movies to tell the whole story. Because, but I enjoyed it. Not gonna lie. I enjoyed it. And I see it for what it is.
Yeah.
And it was able to tell people a little bit about the man and also show him and show you how him just was about love, you know. Bob Marley was that, you know, him say, hey, I'm about the people. And him instill that in me, because for me, Cooyah is just about the people.
Yeah.
You know, what I can do to help the people every day. And every day I say, every day a door closed, another one open.
Right.
And we just keep on striving.
So being in New York, Peter Tosh is the one who came to New York and said, hey, we need something for Jamaica and Rasta to put to the forefront as far as merchandise is concerned.
Right.
So you used to work for other companies?
Other companies,
Right.
yeah man. Design companies, work with Nike, doing projects for Nike all the time. And then when he saw our artwork, it was me and a friend of mine, Tennyson Smith, great artist, passed away now, but you know, we're just powerful. We went to school also with Never Garrick, and Never was closest one to Bob Marley, producing most of the work. But when Peter saw our work now, Peter loved it. And this was about 85, we meet him and we started working. We worked on so many projects. We worked on a project where we were supposed to go to Japan, No More Nuclear War concert, and that's lead up to his demise. But you know, that was a shock for me because I was actually on the plane that night coming to Jamaica that Friday night.
Yeah.
And people didn't understand it. When I put out that first shirt, 9/11, people didn't understand the 9/11 thing. Rastaman didn't understand 9/11. They didn't even realize it's 9/11 Peter Tosh passed.
I didn't
Powerful
know that,
number.
because it was the
Oh,
same
wow.
thing for the
Nine-
one in New York.
Right.
Was it the same year?
No.
Different
Okay,
year.
this is a different year. Okay.
Peter Tosh was 87. That's when Cooyah
Okay,
started, you know,
okay.
June 87.
Right.
You know what I mean? And my 9/11 shirt was just a tribute to the man,
Right.
the greatness of his music, you know?
So did that 9/11 shirt research at the time that actually that 9/11 happened in New York?
Yes, people saw it, liked it, because after people realize when I tell the story like I'm telling the story to you right now, and you tell them 9/11 now what that's 9/11 about, then they really understand it. 9/11, Love John lived, 80 man died. I was part of this thing, you know? And the whole philosophy around him and his music was just powerful. So like him say, look at what he said about ganja. I'm a now go get jail for ganja no more. And look there now. Ganja legal. Basically. We call it kush, some people call it marijuana, but it's basically legal.
Yeah,
I know people who went to jail for 10 years and now them can't believe them come out
And it's legal.
Everybody have weed. Yeah, see it? I'm
go
going
to jail
jail.
and come out there.
Right.
I'm go to jail lock up for weed and
man. I'll
come out and see it legal now. It's like-
Right. Yeah, man. 10 years. Yeah.
So when you started Cooyah now in New York, now we're still in New York. You started by yourself. You started this movement. Other than Peter Tosh suggesting that you push the brand forward, you started everything else by yourself.
No, well, we had, Cooyah started actually in Jamaica with the name because I met a person by the name of Susan Kreitman, which was my partner for years, and then my brother and the three of us started. Then same again, I met her in the beach in Montego Bay. And then we spoke about it, and I tell her, yes, I have this name for Cooyah. She lived in New York, we lived in New York, I was vacationing. And I tell her, let's go to New York and discuss. This is the greatest name for a Jamaican reggae cultural brand, Cooyah. And we came, then she just looked at me and said, let's do it. And I turned around and said to her, boy, you sound like Nike. Just do it, you know.
Right.
And we went and we did it. It was Susan and my brother Wayne, which is still with me until now, you know. So we tell everybody, Cooyah is that foundation company, 97. We often use the word established since life. That's my tagline for Cooyah. So I felt like I was born to do this thing now. I find the purpose of what I should be doing.
Because we grew up hearing about Cooyah. To be honest with you, like I used to see it everywhere when it just came out. Because like you said, when Rasta became popular and Bob Marley was going all over the place, now everybody wants a piece of that record, whatever it signifies for them. It was everywhere. Because when he started the tour, he's taken this Rasta brand on the road. So now everybody is curious as to what is this thing that he's talking about? What is this movement? So that's when Cooyah now had his resurgence along with that. So we heard about it through, as a country youth, through the media talking about this brand, this movement that goes along with the brand, because everybody didn't want the Rasta after a while.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So I'm curious to know, because, you know, it's been all these years and your brand still stands so strong. What would you say separates you from all the other clothing lines in the Caribbean, or just overall?
Overall, I'd say we focus on what we're doing. We don't watch what's happening over here or over there. We focus and we give good art, fabrics, source the right fabrics from all over the world, wherever we get it. And we just keep on moving. But art is the strongest thing we have. And it's not only me. There's a bunch of artists that work with me, graphic designers. They come to work with me for so long that they understand how my mind thinks, what I'm thinking. I can start a project and step away from it, and they can come in and start to finish it for me, which make a big difference. And people don't understand, you can dream the dream, but if you don't produce this dream, then it just gonna go away.
Right. So
That's
you
true.
can dream all you want and it's like stays in your brain.
Yep.
Right? You have to put action behind it.
Yep.
Right.
So now you started Cooyah and it started to take off now. So now are you expanding from here to Jamaica, or you're just in New York, working out in New York?
No, we're expanding in Jamaica. We brought the brand. What brought us to Jamaica is that we figure now, if going to Jamaica, we could be the big fish in the small island, as everybody calls us small. We're not that small.
That's right.
But I decided I'm going to do the challenge and go door to door, parish to parish, and just sell this brand. And when we started, little by little, people just started coming on board. Hotels started calling us and said, "Oh, can we get some of these clothing from you?" And then we decided, we just started pushing door to door, store to store, and then it just started a movement. which we call the Cooyah Nation movement, you know. And my whole thing is welcome to Cooyah Nation, we land in Jamaica.
So do you think that you would have went into, like, for instance, you say you went to school to be an artist, right?
Yes.
So you went into like paintings and stuff like that, or it was just shirts?
No, I went to school actually painting. I'm a full-fledged painter, illustrator. Did book covers. Then t-shirts started from a fascination. I used to see the shirts and I used to wonder how these guys do it. And I tell my brother, I can figure out the artwork. You just figure out how to print it on the shirt. And my youngest brother decided, he was in Jamaica, and my mom and even my wife at that time decided to bring him and live with us. And we started watching and we started reading and we just understand and we just started screen printing. And it worked.
So is art something that you still feel like portraits? You paint portraits and stuff?
Yeah,
like
man,
that?
paint portraits, more than portraits. I create creations, you know. Sorry, we don't have any paintings that I've done, but I can show you a few of them. Right. For instance, I won a scholarship by painting Charles Bronson. So that was powerful for School of Visual Art, Society of Illustrator. So that's in the records in the 70s. And from there, you know, still want to paint. That's why you're going to find as I go forward now, I'd like to step back a little bit and have the younger people who are with me step forward so them can carry the brand to the next level.
So that kind of goes into my next question, because business started, you know, so before technology was what it is today. So what would you say is the difference between doing business back then to now, in this era of social media and stuff like that?
Well, you see, with social media, with the platforms, you can get your product in front of so much people much faster. Click and you reach there. You know, and back in the days, even the artwork was prepared different.
Yeah.
The artwork was no film. I saw a shirt that sell on eBay for $1,100, for instance. It took me a while to go through the archive and find the artwork. With this new system, it's in the cloud. You just pull it down and revive that like that. But me now, it's old school, so we have to go back. We scan it now, we recolor it, we do it through Illustrator, so it's much easier. So there is the big difference between then and now.
So you mentioned even back in the day, we were promoting the brand, you had to literally go
House to house.
You go house store to store, and then like them time you send fax. You know, there's no email. You can send a man a PDF file and you can see the whole color catalog. Those time you got a print a 20-page catalog for you and you hand that out, which was always bulky for you to carry it, you know, to place to place. But it worked. And use all media you can, radio, TV especially, anything that people can actually see. Visibility, fashion shows was powerful back then.
And I feel like you're kind of like looking online, you're still kind of doing it with the same method, you just transfer that method to this new era that we're in, as far as you're seeing it everywhere. You're seeing it on every platform. It's online, it's in Jamaica, it's in the stores. Like Sashi just did a fashion show the other day, you were a part of that too. So I feel like you still implement the same methods, but in a new way.
Right. Yeah. And like I tell people, by just doing these shows, people can see and basically with their eyes can touch the fabric. And once you do fashion shows especially, it makes a big difference. And we'll go to the trade shows, of course, and the stores will come, check out what you have, write orders, and we supply them. But that's the key. To be able to supply a store who come to you and want 500 of a garment, a specific design, you have to be able to supply this. Most of the hype is not there then, is the reality of supplying the right garment.
Let's talk about partnerships a little bit, because I see where us as Caribbean, I'm gonna speak for Caribbean people, we don't do a lot of collaborations. We compete more than we collaborate, right? And I think I see you collaborate with artists. I see you collaborate with maybe other merch companies to put out different versions of your brand. What was the mindset behind doing that?
Well, just like you said, the word collaboration. Yeah, we just have a collaboration going on with Anthony B. Anthony B is on stage all over the world. So Anthony B wearing a shirt called Chill Out. And on the back of the shirt, it's a Cooyah X Anthony B. right away people are seeing him perform every night. As a matter of fact, that shirt sold out twice in Europe so far. And this weekend he's in Trinidad performing. And more than likely we're going to get him a package down to Trinidad ASAP because people been asking about this shirt. And collabs always work. We look for the youthful spirit within the people and who we want to collab with and collab. And we look forward to doing that.
And I hope more people will take on that initiative to collaborate, even people in the same industries, whether it is artists, graphic designers, whatever business you have. Even if a person might be doing the same thing, that doesn't mean you have to compete.
With them.
Even us as DJs, right? You know, we're collaborating to do things. We're collaborating on many things as DJs now. Back in the day, it was individual sport. You know, where a lot of people will look out for themselves in a lot of ways, but now I feel like the narrative's changing a little bit, but still I feel like it needs to be more collaborations happening.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true, you know, because we collaborate, like we're getting forward to collaborate with Daniel because the 90s.
Right.
90s, when I first did that Bad Light 90s shirt in 2017, everybody looked at me and said, whoa, they didn't even see it coming.
That shirt. I love
you know?
that shirt.
And then people look now and say, oh, but in trademark it, so he's really serious about this shirt. I say, yes, I'm serious about Bad Light 90s. And the music was there because I can remember in New York, you have Shabba Ranks in the streets. And I remember one time Shabba Ranks did a show and Trailer Load a Girl. And the actual trailer drove up and a whole bag of girls come out. New York City, Beacon Theater.
Oh, wow.
And yes, that to me now, that's imagination and carrying it. That's why the man, King Shabba. Yeah, King
so
Shabba.
you were in the 70s, 80s, and 90s era.
Right.
No, right?
Right, and
Do you
now.
think the 90s is the best era as far as music is concerned?
Well, for me, I love the 90s.
Right.
To me, it was just fun, you know, because you had the Frankie Paul, just the rhythms that these guys were making, you know, and weren't pushing anything derogatory, weren't pushing anything negative against women. And I tell them that's why most of the artists today, sometimes them see me drawback from them because I tell them it's a woman produced me. So hey, you know, can't go that route and not dealing with the gun thing because
Yes,
you know,
I love that.
LOVE is the word we use, you know, every day. Bob Marley showed me that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So what about like the new age Rastas, I would call them, because it's not, I don't think, like I would say, this is my phrase, the fire now burn like it used to, like one time. Like, you know, the things that people are doing now where Rasta used to burn fire upon it, they're just letting it slide, you know. Because the voice of Rasta was basically like your judge, basically saying, yo, we're not accepting that. You know, we're not going for that. And you're afraid for that movement to come after you because we stand on certain moral principles. And like you said, love. So I personally think the new age Rastas are, instead of going against what is not right, they're trying to fit in with what's
Like,
going on.
in other words, is the culture more now lenient than what it was before? Are they accepting?
No, some of them just basically understand how the society and the world work. All right, Cape Town don't change.
Right.
Cape Town is the fireman. Cape Town come from St. Mary, like myself. St. Mary. Our bonfire, when we see the negativity, yeah, we go there. Sizzler don't change. Sizzler still that hardcore. You know what I mean? But him know into drawback. I mean, say Buju's still there.
Right.
So Buju get back his papers and back in New York again. Because New York is a steady place for Buju. Everybody remember Buju again in the 90s. You know what I mean? And the music don't change. These guys don't change. They're still going to give it that music.
But what do the new age youth them do?
A little. You mean like it depends on who you're talking
It's
about.
like you don't really see a young Rastafarian that sticks to the culture anymore as you would see it back
Like
then.
a Buju, a Shabba,
Yeah.
a Shabba, a Buju, a Sizzler.
Well, like I said, still, there's some of them stick to it. Music change, the sound change, and that's it. You know, just like some people offended about Afrobeat, but I'm not. Because at the end of the day, we come from Africa, all of us. Peter Tosh tell you, don't care where you come from, you're an African. Whether you're white or whatever, you're an African. And he preach that to me every day.
Right.
I'm a fuck, I have a design coming out and show the world that So next week.
Hopefully I get a shirt.
So other than Cooyah, was there any other businesses that you hang your hat on as far as you started any other business other than Cooyah?
No, well, like you, I was once a DJ at the worst
Oh, wow.
name. People used to laugh and say, where did I come up with this name? Liberty, Fraternity, Equality, which is really fresh. That's what the name of the
So
system.
long.
Yeah, man. Collect my music and everything.
You have to shorten it a little bit.
Yeah, man. But music was always there. I can remember driving from Kingston to go hear Jack Ruby Hi-Fi play. And I remember these guys, you know, playing the sound system culture. And you go Skateland and you go and hear these guys. To me, Sugar Minot is one of the man. You know what I mean? Sugar Minot is part of the whole dancehall culture. I mean, say you like the Beanie Man and you like everybody else on the Bounty Killer. Yes, we love Bounty. Bounty is awesome. But still, back then, you know, it was harder for them to do it, but they still do it for the love of the music.
Yeah. Well, shout out to all the big chefs out there. I think y'all could cook, but y'all gotta get this amazing Barbie fry and hot sauce from zoesblazing.com. She got the most amazing handcrafted hot sauces and Barbie fry sauces. She don't call it barbecue, she call it Barbie fry sauces. So you know it's amazing. So go to zoesblazing.com to grab your favorite sauce right now. She got more flavors also. So go head on over there to get the real thing. You know what I mean?
So Cooyah is, since you started Cooyah, has it been your only baby, like the only business that you focus on since you started it, or have you ventured out into different businesses in that process?
No, Cooyah is on the baby. Diversify the names. Sometimes I go by with the name CY. It's just an acronym for Cooyah. CY Clothing. And we'll produce certain garments underneath that. But Cooyah, because you want to develop the branding strong. You want to keep it strong. Like for instance, you know, we have a store, 96 Hope Road. I tell everybody 96 Hope Road, you know, Bob Marley is 56, we are 96, we have 96 Hope. So that's positivity. After doing that store, relaunching that store with a friend of mine, Gary Codner, and his wife, Deanne Gordon, we opened a second store in Montego Bay. It's about a year now since that one opened, and that's at Main Street. And the positivity and being there and seeing, and you can get the feedback from the people. The good thing about the Montego Bay store, you learn from the tourists who come in to see our culture. They love our culture. I tell them they come to our country for the good music, the reggae music, the weed, and the food. So I tell people, don't get it twisted. Those are the things that they come for.
So have you had, like, what would you say the biggest pivotal moment of Cooyah was that you can remember, where you can say, this is the most we've ever had to produce. This was the biggest part of Cooyah.
I'd have said big 2005 when we did that fashion show at Caribbean Fashion Week at the National Stadium, the arena as them call it. That was it. Well, fire got on the runway and we came, Cyril and Marley came behind us, but that night was pivotal. And we repeated that again by doing a party at Boone Hall and a fashion show at 12 o'clock. And during that time, too, DJ Khaled was at our thing in 2006. DJ Khaled was there as a DJ. So look at that. Renaissance was doing their thing for us that time. Renaissance have always with us, stand with us. Delano, give thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I like
So you still in, like you still keep up with the culture as far as the DJs and the music and everything, because I feel like you kind of tied into that a lot when it comes to the merch, because even some of the phrases you use, you see here, like the artists use those phrases. Even like the band in the 90s, the artists still use that now.
Yeah.
So you'll continue to use that formula.
Yeah, that formula will always be there, because when you look at the word Cooyah is look here, see me here. I'm coming every day. Can't stop, won't stop, never stop. You know what I mean? And that's me. Every day I get up and I just come with intent to just do the best. That day finish, go to bed, get up, rise again, continue again.
So have you ever had like offers to sell the company?
A few people came forward, but nothing tangible because Cooyah is a trademark name. And if you come to us, you're gonna have to come decent, you know? And we're not going to just turn it over to you because, like, for instance, we did a concert this weekend with Black Uhuru. We did something in 1985 with Black Uhuru. People didn't even know Black Uhuru won a Grammy Award in 1985. And this was the real Black Uhuru, you know? I have a shirt that everybody want that shirt. Everybody who played on it, Sly and Robbie that played when we were on the road, that played, want that shirt. It's a collector's item. And it just turned up a notch because Robbie passed away and everybody is on it. And in fact, I've one by Steel Pulse from the 1990s signed. And I'm going to his concert again to make him endorse him signature it one more time.
Yeah, solid. So the mental and I would say the mental side of it, when it comes to the business, being that you have to put so much time into the business, right? And how much time do you really take for yourself to unwind and go on vacation and talk to a therapist, go to the gym, like stuff like that for yourself? How much time do you really have for stuff like that?
Do you believe in therapy, Mr. Homer?
Yes.
Okay.
Because sometimes you can talk to somebody, you know, but not everybody will listen to you. But at least when you go to a therapist, through your pain, you have to sit down there and hear you. You know what I mean? So you just do that. But no, I enjoy, like in Jamaica, you go to do a show like Sashi. Yes, then we'll go to the beach. I enjoy the beach. And we'll come back. We have the faces of the brand, which is Ikaya, which is the face of Cooyah. Everybody say, oh, come Ikaya, but she just fit.
Oh,
it's just, she on Instagram, everybody see her. She travel with us all the time. She's all, everywhere I go, she's there. Everybody always look and say, hey, if Homer is here, she's somewhere around. But she was just that person. She was born the year, don't want to give her age, when Cooyah started. So she's just born to do this thing.
Yeah.
She's cool too. She's a cool
Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. If I call her and say, hey, we're going to Jamaica, she'll be right here from wherever she is, ready to go. And these are the people. And like I said, right now I'm embracing the young people and telling them, yeah, let's do this thing. This name is bigger than me. Like Bob Marley said, bigger than me, Cooyah. Because people know it and don't even know I have anything to do with it.
Right.
You know, and when I walk through the airport, sometimes them guys, last time I was in Jamaica, I wear a purple shirt with a white print, Cooyah. So the man just look at me and say, oh my, Kingston College, don't it? I say, yeah, why not? Proud of the school, you know what I mean? And I'm forever proud of the Jamaican, I'm proud of the culture. And sometimes people mix up the colors, whether it's a Rasta color in Jamaica. I say, it don't make a difference. We just want to put this out there.
So, go ahead.
I would tell people, come on, come on board. Let's get this going. Cooyah. No stop.
So does you, like being the owner and everything, does that take away from family time, relationships, whatever the case may be?
No, because I carry my family with me and the relationships with me. So wherever we go, they're there. Everybody having a good time. My father is longevity. 94-year-old man still walking up and down.
Wow.
Fly. First time I went on a plane with him, never traveled with him, so I stopped everything and carried him to Jamaica. Wow. He's coming back in the next couple of weeks. And at that time, I tell everybody, make him do what he wants. 94, how much people can celebrate 94?
Yeah, that's true.
Some people dropping out at young age, but God's will.
Yes. So,
go ahead, John.
Do you have children?
Yes, 3 sons, 4 grandsons.
Okay, perfect. So, the legacy of Cooyah, after your time is over here, and do you want the legacy to transfer down to your children? And for them to take it over and keep it going?
Well, they will be a part of it, but I'm also grooming somebody who understand this thing, who stick by me, strength, and his name is Gary Codner, and he stick by me, and believe in me, and anything I ask Gary to do, it's done.
Nice.
I never have to say it twice, and he's sometimes even in front of me, just getting things done, And I'm coming to Jamaica and make sure everything ready. We're ready, man.
Yeah.
And he's that brilliant mind that think of things, and step us out of the box all the time.
What you think about now, right? Because I don't know if you stick to that Rastafarian diet that you grew up knowing no meat, no salt, no that type of diet. You usually stick to that diet.
No, I do eat fish and chicken, but a lot of vegetables,
Right.
and I eat things in moderation. I tell people, salt, your body needs salt.
Right.
Celtic salt is a salt that if you eat, it anything you eat that's supposed to be good for you, this thing helps to enhance it in your stomach.
Right.
And like for me, I can tell you my age. I'm 67. And I'm proud of that, you know what I mean? I don't have no ailment, thank God.
His skin is amazing.
And I just go on and I just do what I have to do. You know?
So what do you think about now seeing a lot of people jumping onto the vegan living and all these things that Rasta been preaching about for so long? And I still don't think they give like a lot Rasta credit for a lot of things that they're popularizing now. Like even with living, how we live, music, everything that Rasta has influenced, not only in Jamaica but in the world. We influenced healthy living, meditation, all these things were, Rasta was speaking about these things. What do you think about now that people are popularizing it now without giving Rasta credit for that?
Yeah, well, that will always happen, but you see, Rasta was always about the liberty and ital is vital. And so them eat, what they eat and how much and it's live food for them. Totally live food. And the being a vegan or a vegetarian, there's so much differences, but I don't get stuck in that. If you figure you want to be a vegan, you want to be a vegetarian, you want to go ital, all good and well. Because at the same time, I tell everybody, it's your liberty you're looking for. And everybody wants to live.
Yes.
You know?
That's true. So, what advice would you give to someone looking to start their clothing line in this day and age? Because people not really gonna walk to people's door and stuff like that no more. I don't really see people with that type of drive nowadays to go out and go door to door, store to store, promoting their business. So what type of advice would you give someone looking to start their own clothing line business today?
Well, to start, designing is very important. And finding the fabric. Find that part of the designing that you like, whether it's going to be the couture, it's going to be a sports line, it's going to be a men's line, a women's line. You have to find that passion. And so, just like some people, I don't know tailoring. I understand tailoring. My mother was a seamstress. That's probably what helped me to get through, because I used to ask my mother and my grandmother, how you do this, how you make that? And that's the passion you're going to have to find. And if you find that passion, a drive will come behind it. And once you get that drive, you're going to want to go next.
So have you got tried like sportswear as far as gym clothing and stuff like that?
Yeah, and swimwear. We have shorts coming. We have more a denim line coming. We have so much things, and I won't give it away right now, but if people just stay tuned to the Cooyah clothing, on IG, they'll be able to see what we do daily.
So you have hats, you have shirts, you have
shorts,
jackets,
all kind of jackets, sweatsuit, joggers. We just keep it going.
Would you be open to getting into like shoes, socks, like?
Yeah, shoes, yes. But shoes is a huge ball game at this point, because people don't understand designing the molds and all of that, and you have to find the shoes, the designs that you look for. Yes, I would love to do some shoes. Right now, by the way, I'm telling, just like I would say it right on camera now, Clarks, look me up, want a collab.
See?
For real.
I wore Clarks all my life.
Yeah. I still do.
Clarks times Cooyah. That sounds nice.
They're actually collabing now with Jamaican artists.
Oh, okay.
I think like Popcorn have him own as its own Clarks right now. So they actually collabing.
But look at that, Clarks, you have 6 letters. And Cooyah, 6 letters.
That'll be perfect.
There, perfect combination.
Manifest it.
Yeah.
So with this now, so where do you plan to take it within the next year?
Within the next year, we want to take it global. We'd like to open a store in New York and one in Florida here. We decided to go back to Jamaica because people, from I say Cooyah, everybody say Jamaica. And you know, like I said to everybody, if we can't be powerful in our place where we come from, our land of our birth, like I tell them, land we love, then how can we be powerful somewhere else?
Yeah.
So I want to be powerful there and then branch it out. Like the first time, last 4 weeks ago, I met Bugle for the first time, and I like Bugle. And Bugle just gave me just inspiration, just meeting him, you know? Yeah. And there's so much more artists who want to work with. We have done work for so many artists, by the way.
So when you do the collaborations with them, you not only let them wear it, but they're also a part of whatever the collaboration is.
Right, they're part of that collaboration.
So they take it on the road.
Right. And we also do stuff for them individually, like Taurus. We have done so much designs and so much work for Taurus. That's like a work for hire thing, but we are the Jamaican brand, so he came to us and we did stuff for him.
Okay, cool. So would you be like, because I heard you say you used to be a DJ, right?
Yeah.
So what would you be open to going back into music in any way, shape, or form? Like produce a song, something of the sort.
No, I leave it to the younger youth with the beats and the rhythm, as them say now.
Yes.
But I know what I like, and after you hear a song for a couple seconds, you know it.
Yeah.
You know, this is it. You know, just like the first time I hear Sizzler in Miami Beach and him open for Lucian and from man run on stage, you just felt that energy. You know, and that's a positive energy there. You know.
Yeah.
Right. So within the next couple of weeks, you have new designs coming out, right?
Yeah, new designs coming because we're going full swing into summer. We'll be doing a couple more pop-up shops in Jamaica and in Florida here, and fashion shows coming up.
What are some of the most popular shirts you have right now?
Well, you actually wearing one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That one. And Bad Like 90.
Bad Like is the
Yeah.
one too.
And just the root shirt them.
Kingston-ish.
Kingston-ish.
You can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Kingston is just take a life of its own, you know, and we just keep pushing it out. But
this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, man. You play music. I tell everybody, loud, right?
Yes.
So turn it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I always play it loud to this point.
Right. So that's perfect for you.
And the material of the shirts are so comfortable, like it's.
Yeah,
every one of
because
them.
you tend, I understand fabrics and we change fabrics and the design of the fabric and the design, we might use this sort of fabric, other ones. Now there's a little switch to a street vibe, which is a 90s shirt, which is a heavier shirt. Some people like it. It's cut a little shorter, it's heavier. Some people don't like it. So we tend to be able to have something for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to take us out, Church?
So in closing, we always have our guests. Each one of us just leave our audience or viewers or student-to-lifers with some advice, a quote, some advice, just a final advice, whatever comes to mind, just some advice for the people watching.
Well, in life, do what you want. There's one life. So at this point, you just try and education, like Emperor Selassie I say, and Marcus Garvey tell you, education is a must. Sometimes we need it, sometimes we don't. Sometimes common sense makes more sense. And I use both. I'm graduate from school. I have a degree. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts. And nobody even ever asked me that question. So it's like, yeah, nobody even asked me that,
So you have a degree in Bachelor's of Science.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what is not in arts or
arts, yeah, Bachelor of Arts.
Bachelor of Arts. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I came from New York.
But you didn't need that to start your brand.
I didn't even start the brand. and even going to jobs and doing jobs, nobody even asked for that.
Yeah.
But the paper is there.
Yeah.
I can fall on it,
If you need to. That's true. That's
Sean,
true.
what about you? I'm gonna go before you again.
Yeah, go before me.
All right, so today I was actually in yoga class, right? And when I went in yoga class, one of the ladies, one of the older ladies that I started with, she was the one leading the class. And right away I was like, how does she know what she's doing? Like, because she said the instructor is not coming.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like I want to leave because I know this is not going to go too well because we started together. So
Yeah.
But then I had to have a conversation with myself, not only be open to it, but also realizing that that's a form of envy in a way, and understanding that those are normal feelings. Envy, grudge, those are normal feelings, but we have to learn how to contain that and how to recognize it when it happens, because a lot of us, it takes us over. Like our feelings control us instead of us being in control of our feelings. Being angry, all these things are normal feelings. I had to come to that realization later in life that there's nothing wrong with saying I'm jealous, you know, but it's what you do with it. I could have what you want, but not envy you or grudge you for it. You know, you could be a rich guy. I'm looking up to you to say, I want to, you know, get to that point, but I'm not looking at you like I'm going to take what you have or I hate you for it. I'm looking at you like a role model. So so in a way, you're looking at it in that way. But for me, I had to recognize that those are normal feelings. It's just how we bring them across and how we control those feelings. Some people way more than others because of their own insecurities that they project on others. But I had to recognize that those things are normal. You know, just don't water them too much for them to grow into something that it shouldn't be.
I like that. My final thought would be accountability, the importance of accountability, and not only within yourself, but it's really nice to have an accountability partner, because now I have this Apple Watch thing, and you know, I have a friend that told me about, you know, how you can have other people see your and compete with it, and it drove me to want to get up and go work out, and not even wanting to really compete. It's just having that accountability part of knowing that somebody else is watching other than your trainer or somebody. But I just realized the importance of accountability outside of self.
So do you think, how do you handle that accountability partner if they're like a spouse?
If they're a spouse?
The accountability partner is a spouse. How does that work? Not only with working out, but with life in general. How do you handle that?
But they're not only a spouse.
That's what I'm saying.
You got friends.
But a person holding you accountable.
Yeah. Like a spouse holds you accountable.
Right.
Yeah, I love that. A spouse should hold you accountable.
But a lot of people don't take that.
Yeah,
too well.
and I don't think they should be in relationships. You need that. You guys gotta balance each other out. When one it's like a scale, you know. If one is dropping, the next person balances it back, and it goes the other way.
I feel like when feelings get involved, it blurs a lot of lines. That's what I think.
Okay, Mr. Homer, we're not gonna go that far into confusing.
You're basically talking about the yin and the yang.
Right? Yeah.
Balance.
It's
everything in life is balance. Just like you say, you know?
Yeah.
And just like you say, I made time for my family and I make time for the work.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But yeah, you definitely need an accountability partner in all aspects.
Right. And sometimes you need a person who can pull you back a little bit.
Yeah, take you
need
away
pulling
from
back, you know. But and at the same time, that person must be able to push you forward.
At the same time, that balance. Yeah, that's
I
true.
look at it like that.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Students Life podcast. Mr. Homer, do you want to have any? Want to tell them anything?
Where to find you?
Where to find you? Anything like that?
Yes, basically Cooyah.com, COOYAH.com. You can find us there, shop with us, and just come on the Instagram, Cooyah Clothing, and like.
I'm going to get some service.
And remember, there's a store in Kingston and a store in Montego Bay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And if you go back and watch a couple episodes, we already gave a shout out to, so you know.
Yes. Especially the episode with Tifa, guys. You guys see his clothing on that. So please like, and don't forget to subscribe and comment and chime into the conversation. Let us know what you thought about this episode. Thank you guys for always watching and always supporting us.
And before you go, I just want to say, keep up the good work. You've been doing it for years, pushing our culture. You could have went and did something else, you know, that's not culture based, because a lot of times we don't support our own. But for you doing it so long and still holding on and doing it, I want to say hats off to you and continue doing it. And we appreciate everything you're doing for the culture.
Yes.
Give thanks, man.
And you're
Give
so
thanks.
humble. It's like your humbleness is in the clothing, and it just make you want to really wear the clothes, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Right.
So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. See y'all later. Bye.